If you do like this kind of project, like your like hard tech, ambitious startups, doesn't even need to be hard, but like in general, like this kind of like, hey, we want to be the #1 company in that space worldwide. Like, what's your job as a CEO?
I think ultimately the CEO's job is probably like three things, right? So one is set the vision, right? Like say what we're going to do, tell that to everyone, repeat. You just said this to me, right? Like you just repeat the same thing over and over again. You think you've said it, you said it, say it again. I think there's like the long-term vision. There's like the kind of what are we going to achieve next year? What are we going to achieve in 3 years, right? Like that's kind of like the main job. And then use that vision to get the capital and build a team, right? I think those are like those are like the things you can't really outsource, right? So then you have to build a team, you have to get capital to the team, use the vision to like sell it to VCs or whoever like supplies you with capital, you hire your first people, and then you start executing towards that vision, right? Then you have to show that you can do it.
What's the fine line between long-term vision and short-term execution clarity?
You start by building this platform. You start by focusing on a single market segment, right? Like single family homes. We're not doing like skyscrapers today, right? So it shows that you're thinking about segmenting product, but also that when, you know, if you ask me, I can tell you what is the next product going to be? Probably like limestone blocks, concrete masonry units, right? Like adjacent blocks. We're not suddenly going to do something completely unrelated. So you start thinking, or like, oh, there's an actual like real product roadmap.
How do you prioritize? So for example, like you could scale geographically.
Yes.
You could scale by use case, as you just mentioned, like different blocks. Like how do you decide for yourself, like what's the best to focus on early on?
I think the most interesting thing to me is I think them building an organization that can scale on more than one axis. I do think that is actually like an important trick to figure out so that you can do two things in parallel.